courses, recruiting, all sorts of different fields with that. When I was on campus, I also was super involved. I was a member of Greek Life as well as our University Ambassadors Program, which is a volunteer organization held through our Office of Admissions. We basically helped out wherever they needed some extra hands, whether it was graduation, presidential tailgates, or any events that the campus may have been putting on during that time. And I also had a few different student assistant positions on campus, including being an orientation leader and working for our IT department as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I know that it is a Monday evening, and I just want to thank you for taking your time out of the day to meet with me while I give you some information about Valdosta State. So jumping right into a little overview of Valdosta State University, we were established in 1906, actually as an all-women's educational college. So only women could come to our college, and that was to go into the education field. Now, within the 1950s is when we integrated into a co-ed university, and the school really has expanded since then. Now, I'm not sure if everybody knows where Valdosta is located. We are about 16 miles from the Florida line. So on this picture right down here, we are located where this blue star is, all the way down the very south of Georgia. If you go all the way down Interstate 75, we are located off of exit 18, right before you cross over into the state of Florida. We are a medium-sized institution down here in Valdosta. We have a little over 12,000 students here on our campus. So what that means for our potential students here with us today is that you get the best of both worlds. You get the small class sizes of a small institution, but the big school opportunities that may be presented to you at a larger university as well. Speaking of those small class sizes, our freshman classes range between 23 and 27 students in each classroom. And then once you get up into your desired major, your junior and senior year, your class size will actually drop to between 19 and 23 students in the classroom. So not much bigger than your typical class size in high school, or maybe even smaller depending on what course you're taking and what semester you're taking it and all of that good information. That's really beneficial to our students because they get to know their professors on a one-on-one basis, just like you do with your high school teachers. So that way they get to know you, they get to know your goals, your aspirations, and they can help you out along the way, whether that's career advice, letters of recommendations, helping you score an internship or a job either during your undergraduate degree or after graduation as well. Definitely big opportunities down here. And we are a very diverse institution as well. We have students from all 50 states represented here on our campus, as well as 65 different countries from across the world. So if you are looking to go to a school that has people from different backgrounds, or maybe even an entirely different culture than what you're used to, definitely give us another look. Now, since you are unable to be with us in person, here is a picture of our beautiful main campus. This building in the very front, that's going to be West Hall. If you've gotten anything in the mail from us, a brochure, anything like that, it's also the picture that is right behind me on your screen as well. Right in front of our West Hall is going to be our front lawn. We hold a lot of campus events out there, and it's just a great place for students to go hang out. A lot of people will bring their dogs or play some sports, kick around a soccer ball, football, those kinds of things. West Hall is going to be one of our academic buildings here on campus. And as you can see throughout our entire campus, we have some beautiful Spanish style architecture with the tan buildings and the red brick roofs. And like I mentioned on our previous slide, we are located almost into the state of Florida. So you kind of get the best of both worlds down here on our campus. There's a very unique feel. You get the tropical heat of Florida as well as the pine trees and palm trees. Mostly palm trees is what would give us that Florida feel down here, but you also get the southern hospitality and the pine trees and all of that good stuff that you would get in Georgia as well. So definitely a great and very unique feel here on our campus. At the end of the presentation, I will let you know how to visit our campus in person, and I definitely recommend, if you do have the opportunity after learning about us today, to come and see us in person, because the atmosphere on campus is totally unreal, and I always recommend students who are interested to come give us another look. Now moving on to our academics. Here listed on the screen are going to be all of our programs of study. We do offer over 100 different programs of study for our students. These can be majors, minors, combination of both. You want to just take a few extra classes, all of that good stuff. Here's everything that we have to offer. Our top 5 majors are going to be biology/nursing, business, psychology, elementary education, and criminal justice. So also here on the screen, if you see something but not exactly what the field you want to go in, we can tweak some of these majors for you as well. The biggest and most popular that we do down here would be for our criminal justice program. A lot of students who want to go into forensics. We do not offer a complete degree in forensics, but what we can do is give you a mixture of criminal justice would be your major, maybe a minor in chemistry, or maybe just throw in a few extra chemistry classes throughout that as well to prepare you for a career in forensics after graduation, even though we don't specifically offer that forensics degree. We also have a crime lab down here in Valdosta that a lot of those forensic students will want to do some internships with as well. And they definitely take a ton of VSU students and get them prepared for that career field after graduation. Speaking of that hands-on experience at the crime lab, we do offer hands-on experience, which is guaranteed for every single one of our majors here at VSU. So no matter what path you choose, you'll definitely get some hands-on experience in some shape or form. Obviously, we do have a variety of different majors, so each hands-on experience is going to be very unique to what you're studying and what classes you're taking. So for example, the main 3 are going to be either inside the classroom with a lot of labs. So our sciences, our nursing, all of those things are going to be inside the classroom hands-on experience. We can do outside of the classroom experience through study abroad programs or internship opportunities. Our business students are required to do a study abroad or an internship before graduation, so they get hands-on experience outside in some sort of field outside of the classroom. Or you can also do research either inside or outside of the classroom as well to get a ton of experience before you graduate and really know that that field that you're studying is the right field for you. You would hate for you to go all 4 years not knowing really what kind of career field you're going to get into. So we like to get you inside some sort of way involved in that career field before you graduate. Here on the screen are going to be just some examples. I'll start by clicking on this one up here at the top. These are going to be some of our nursing students. So I know a ton of people come in as nursing majors, and we definitely have a top-notch nursing program. It's typically number 1 on our campus for our top major. Now for our nursing students, as you can see, these are not real patients they're working on, and they're actually not even in an emergency room like you may be thinking by this picture. On our North Campus, where our nursing students are in our healthcare administration, health sciences and business administration building, we have a lab for our nursing students. So these are going to be students who just got into the program. They're still learning how to check vitals, do IVs, take your temperature, all of that good stuff. So we teach those in the classroom in this lab. These dummies are state-of-the-art, top-notch technology. They can speak to you. They can say, ouch, that hurts. Please don't touch me. As you know, everybody reacts differently in medical situations, and these dummies are no different. But they help prepare our students before they go out into their clinical rotations in the Valdosta area to get acclimated to working with something that will speak to you rather than the older dummies that may not interact with you. So that way you're comfortable speaking to patients, working with patients before we actually put you with real human beings. Then throughout the rest of your nursing program, you will be placed in clinical rotations and get experience through that as well. Very similar to that will be our exercise physiology program. Our North Campus also has an adult rehabilitation center. So students who want to go into athletic training, sports medicine, physical therapy, occupational therapy, our exercise physiology program would be a great undergraduate degree before you pursue a graduate degree afterwards. Community members in the Valdosta area can come out to our adult rehabilitation center if they need to go through physical therapy or anything like that. These are some of our actual students in that lab. They work alongside their professors who will be physical therapists, occupational therapists, all sorts of different varieties there to get hands-on experience working with that before you pursue that graduate degree in that field as well. Both of these are just going to be some of our science fields. We definitely have some for business as well. Another example here is going to be these are some of our finance students from our finance club. So during the semester, they actually have a VSU professor overseeing them. They trade real money. VSU gives them an allotted amount of money that they trade on the New York stock market. Throughout the semester, they learn how to invest, where to invest, highs, lows, everything that you need to know. And then once a year, they actually take a trip out to New York and get to meet real professionals who work on Wall Street from a day-to-day basis. So that's definitely a great opportunity for them as well. Like I mentioned earlier, every single major's hands-on experience will look different, but it does pertain to your field in some way, shape, or form. And you can also get extra experience outside. Just because your major may not require an internship or study abroad program does not mean that you cannot participate in any of those. We do offer over 100 different study abroad programs, and we have a great career opportunity center that can help you find a internship either in our area, maybe up in the Atlanta area. A lot of students may go home for the summer from the Atlanta area and want to internship up there. Our career opportunities can help you, and we can also help you find any internship across the country as well. Just let us know what you're interested in, and we can help find something for you. Now that wraps it up for our academics. I will now touch on some campus life because it's very important to know about what student life on campus is going to be like as well. Starting off with our residence halls, for our freshman students, we do require our first year students to live on campus their very first year, but your sophomore, junior, and senior year, you can move off campus if you so choose. Housing preferences are going to be done on a first come, first served basis, and our housing application typically opens in October. At the very end of the presentation, I will talk about our admissions process and how we are on rolling admission and explain a little bit more about that. But basically, the sooner you apply, the sooner you can get accepted and the sooner you can apply for housing. So once I explain a little more about the traditional style and suite style dorms, I will let you know that if you are interested in the suite style, I recommend applying sooner rather than later for our admissions application, so that way you can fill out the housing application as soon as it opens up to give you a higher priority in one of those private or semi-private suites. And before I get into more details about those dorms as well, I also always like to mention we do allow freshmen to bring their cars on campus. A parking pass will cost you between $50 and $75, and it runs from August all the way until September of the next year. So you only have to pay that $50 to $75 fee one time for the whole year. We have surface parking as well as 2 different parking decks for our students to park in. Now, a traditional style dorm is going to be very similar to what you see on a movie or a TV show, where you have your shared bedroom with your roommate and then a community style bathroom down the hall. I will let you know our community style bathrooms are cleaned by our custodial staff 2 to 3 times a day. So you never have to worry about cleaning your toilet, shower, sink, anything like that. You only need to keep your living space clean. We also offer our freshman students suite style dorms. So we have 2 different options for a suite style dorm, and they are very similar. So in a suite, you would walk in. There would be a small common living area. That's not going to be a full living room and kitchen. It's going to be basically like a vanity getting ready area that you have at home, basically like your bathroom counter with the cabinets underneath, sink, mirror, just a little area for you to get ready, brush your teeth, those kinds of things. And then off to the side is going to be a bathroom with a toilet and a shower. In a semi-private suite, there are 2 bedrooms, 2 people in one bedroom, 2 people in the other bedroom, and the 4 of you will share that living area in the bathroom. And in a private suite, there will be 1 person per bedroom. So 1 person in one bedroom, 1 person in the other bedroom, and the 2 of you will share that small common living area in the bathroom. I will let you know in the suite style dorms, you are responsible for keeping your entire suite clean. So your bedroom as well as your bathroom and shower. So some people have never cleaned their toilets. Their moms do that for them while they're still living at home. So that responsibility will fall on you unless you live in that traditional style dorm. So there are definitely pros and cons to both, and you just need to decide what you would like. Now moving on to more of the student life involvement and all of that on our campus. We do offer over 200 different clubs and organizations here on our campus. Some of those will be honor society. So depending on your major, we may have an honor society for you. Pre-professional programs. I know we have Public Relations Student Society of America for our public relations students, pre-dentistry club, pre-med club, all sorts of different pre-professional organizations like that. So if you are interested in maybe some sort of graduate program in your field, those can be great resources to put on your graduate school application to show them that you were involved on campus outside of just your classes and whatnot as well. And some of those are just going to be purely social clubs. For example, our BSU Fire Pit is going to be our BSU hype squad for all of our sports teams. They'll go to the football games, basketball games, baseball, softball, volleyball, all of our athletic events. You will find our BSU Fire Pit in the student section, making sure everybody is super excited to see the Blazers. We also offer over 21 different Greek life organizations here on our campus. So if you're interested in fraternity or sorority life, we have a ton of different chapters for you to choose from, as well as 4 different councils as well. We also hold a ton of campus events throughout the semester, and the first one I'll just touch on really briefly is going to be our homecoming week, because it is a week jam-packed full of smaller events. We have some sort of event going on every single day that week. We have scavenger hunts, lip sync competition, pep rally, sidewalk chalk competition. So you will participate with your student organization. So if you join any clubs, a fraternity, a sorority, anything like that, you can put in a team and compete in these events throughout the week. And then on Saturday, we'll have a homecoming parade. We have judges out there judging everybody's float. So that'll be one of the bigger competitions that week, the float competition. Everybody spends late nights making sure their float's very beautiful before the parade. We'll do a parade around the campus, then tailgate for our football game, go into the football game, and during halftime, we will announce our homecoming king and queen, as well as the winners of homecoming week. And that week is just a super fun week. Everybody's super gung-ho for VSU during that week, and it's got a great feel on campus, especially during that week. Speaking of athletics, we are a Division II school. We are in the Gulf South Conference, and we do hold 8 national championship trophies, the most recent being in 2018 for our football team. Our VSU Blazers went undefeated for that whole season and actually got to go out to McKinney, Texas to compete in that national championship game. And obviously we won, since we did take that trophy home. VSU actually offered a bus for some of our students. So it was a big charter bus. It only cost $75 and included food, transportation, and all of that. So we did actually get to have some of our Blazers cheering them on in the stands. So that went all the way to Texas and back for $75, which is definitely a steal, including the food and all of that. That also included entry to the game as well. So it was an awesome experience. I had a few friends who were able to go out, and they said it's one of their favorite memories at VSU, and we're hoping that we make it all the way to that national championship game again this year, and hopefully for years to come if any of you come to our school as well. We also have incredible dance and cheerleading program here at VSU. They hold over 12. I think this number 12 is outdated now. We did just compete a few weeks ago, and I believe they did win and take home those titles again. So I think we're up to 13 or 14 for these NCAA and NDA championship trophies as well. So if you are interested in a school that not only has a ton of sports, but wins in those leagues as well, definitely give us a shot. If you are interested in joining any of our sports team, you can email us at admissions@valdosta.edu, and we can let you know who to get in contact with to get more information about trying out, walk-ons, anything like that. And I've given you a ton of information about what life on campus would be like, but now I will let you know a little bit more about life off campus as well. Starting off with our downtown Valdosta area, it's going to be more of a little historical district here on our, it's about a mile away from our campus. There's going to be local restaurants, small businesses. If you are above the age of 21, there's a great local brewery down there, as well as some art centers. So our Lowndes County Historical Museum is going to be down there, as well as our Turner Center for the Arts. The Turner Center for the Arts actually has a partnership with VSU, so anybody interested in any of our art programs, they actually allow our art students to put some of their work on display in their museum so they can get recognized by local community members. You can also get a job or internship at the local Turner Center for the Arts as well. And I believe they also give out scholarships for some of our art students as well. So they just really give back to the VSU community, and we give back to them as well. If you are an outdoorsy person, we have tons to do down here for you as well, including our Grand Bay Wildlife Management area, which is going to be like a little hiking trail. And then at the end, we have a beautiful watchtower where you can go out and look over the city as the sun rises or sunsets. We have a ton of students who will go climb the tower and just sit out there and watch the sunrise or sunset. And we also have the Valdosta Wake Compound. We are off of exit 18, and I believe the Wake Compound is off of exit 11, so it's not too far at all. But if you're interested in water skiing, wakeboarding, anything like that out on a lake, definitely a great place to go check out, especially in those warmer months when we start getting kind of into the more tropical climate down here. And last but certainly not least, we also have our Wild Adventures theme park. It's about 20 minutes away from our campus, and VSU actually partners with Wild Adventures as well. That's a really recent development. And all of our freshman students living on campus do get a free season pass to Wild Adventures theme park, as well as our students living off campus get a very heavy discount on that as well. The best way for me to explain Wild Adventures, it's going to be very similar to Six Flags, but it also has some animals as well. So a Six Flags and a zoo kind of combined, definitely a unique experience and very fun. During our homecoming week, one of the nights is always going to be a Wild Adventures student night. So VSU rents out the whole theme park for students, faculty, and staff only. So it's a super awesome time to go to Wild Adventures and hang out with your friends. The lines are super short. The food is really good, and it's always in October. So they have their Halloween stuff going on. So if you're interested in any sort of haunted houses or anything like that, you get to experience that as well. I believe all you have to pay for is parking, and it's like $5. So definitely worth the $5 experience to go down there. And if you do not have a car to get yourself down there during that night, VSU does provide transportation to and from the campus as well. And the last slide that I will be going over with you, little last section, is going to be how to become a Blazer with us. So these admissions requirements are a little bit outdated since we did just in that school year. So this applies for the class of 2021. So if we do have any people who have just graduated, these on the screen are going to be very accurate for you for the class of 2022. I'll just give you a little more information. I'm not 100% sure if we will be charging the application fee or not, but I will let you know if we do charge it. It's just a $40 fee, and we do have a fee waiver week in the fall and the spring semester, typically in the end of November and the middle of February. So normally sometime in November and February is when we will waive those application fees for all students. But if we are not waiving them for the full year, like we did this past year, it'll be a $40 fee. This current year for the class of 2021, we are not requiring SAT, ACT scores to be submitted, but we are requiring a 2.6 unweighted GPA. When we calculate your GPA, we look at science, math, social studies, English, and foreign language, and those are it. We do not look at anything like PE, art, band, chorus, anything that is not going to be one of those core classes. And for the class of 2022, these SAT and ACT minimums you see on the screen are going to be accurate. So we are requiring those for the class of 2022. So we will need that high school transcript, ACT or SAT scores, and the application for admittance for the class of 2022. We do require a 17 on both the English and math sections of the ACT, and for the SAT, we require a 480 on the reading section and a 440 on math. We do super score. So if you have taken the test multiple times and you want to keep resubmitting your scores, you are more than welcome to do so. If you've taken the SAT and the ACT, you can also submit both of those as well. Like I mentioned earlier, we are on a rolling admission process. So our application for the class of 2021 is still open. It shouldn't close until the end of July. And then for the class of 2022, your application will open up August 1st of this upcoming year. So what we need from you for admission is going to be your SAT, ACT scores, high school transcript, and application. Now for that, the sooner you get those submitted to us, the sooner we can get you accepted. After we receive all of those documents, we take about 7 to 10 business days to review your application and then get in decision out to you. That'll become super handy for that housing application and scholarships, which I'll touch on the next slide. So I definitely recommend, if you are interested in BSU, go ahead and apply early so you can go ahead and get accepted and we can move forward with everything. Applying early is not going to hurt you. We do not require students to commit by a certain date. So it's not like if you apply August 1st, you are committed to BSU if you're accepted. You are not committed to BSU at any point until you take your first day of classes. So even if you go through the whole process, even come to an orientation and make a schedule, you are still not committed to BSU. All you need to do if you decide to go elsewhere or want to defer your acceptance is just email us and we can walk you through the steps on how to get withdraw your application and all of that. So I always recommend, if a student is even slightly interested in BSU, to go ahead and apply early so that way you can apply for housing and scholarships as soon as possible and it'll benefit you in the long run. Now moving on to scholarships, we do accept Hope and Zell Miller, and we also give out over $5 million in scholarships every year, and it's super easy to apply. How you'll apply for our BSU offered scholarships are going to be through our general scholarship application, which typically opens October 1st and is open through February or March. Now, the way that that works is after you are an accepted student, you are eligible to apply for the general scholarship application. Once again, it's on a first come, first served basis. So the closer to October 1st you apply, the more scholarships you will be eligible for. All you need to do is submit your application. It is a pretty short and simple application. There's no essays or anything like that. Just fill in all of that information on that scholarship application, and we will hold that application until our cutoff date. So this year it was February 1st. After that February 1st deadline, our financial aid office will take a look at all of the applications and award scholarships where we are able. So you can get 1 scholarship, 4 scholarships, 5 scholarships, depending on your major, your grades, anything like that. We will take a look at your application and award what we can to every single student. But like I said, I would apply closer to October to get the most benefits out of this as well. So we really like to highlight that because it is a super simple way to get a ton of free money for school. And my very last slide for you guys, if you are interested in knowing any more information about BSU, we are open for on-campus tours Monday through Friday. All you need to do to schedule one of those is go to this link at the very top, valdosta.edu/visit, and click on tours. We also have virtual tour options as well, but I will let you know it is the same presentation I just went through with you. So doing a in-person tour would be more beneficial for you at this point, or meeting with your admission counselor like myself one-on-one would be more beneficial to answer any specific questions you may have. So if you are interested, please feel free to reach out to us and schedule a tour. We would love to give you a ton of information about the school. You can email us at admissions@valdosta.edu if you want to set something up with your admissions counselor, and I will also send my contact information in the chat for everybody in just a second. So that way you can reach out to me if you have any questions about anything as well. But that is all the information I have for you guys. Does anybody have any questions or anything for me? I'm not hearing any, but you're also welcome to send them in the chat, or I am typing my contact information right now. There is my email address, so you can reach out to me via email at any time, or That is my work cell phone number. So that phone number you can call or text with any questions, comments, want to know more information about VSU. Maybe you have something you already know that you want to major in and you want to hear more about that major, or maybe get in contact with the department head or somebody for them. You can reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help at any time.
Sarah, I do have a question. Well, a
Yes.
statement. First statement, I absolutely love Wild Adventures. It is so fun. I love
It
it.
is so fun. I forgot to mention they also hold concerts there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody just went to a concert the other day, but I remember when I was younger, the Jonas Brothers performed there. I did not see them, but I had a few friends who told me that, and I was like, I really missed out on that opportunity.
Wow. But I love, my family loves to go there. So I have a question because you're so close to Florida. How far are you from the beach?
So our closest beach, it kind of depends if you're wanting to go more towards the Gulf of Mexico or more on the other side. We are about an hour and a half away from Jacksonville and about closer to 2 hours away from the Gulf of Mexico. So Watercolor, Rosemary Beach, Panama City, those sorts of things are going to be closer to 2 hours. But where I'm from, it took us like 6 or 7 hours to get to the beach. I'm from the Atlanta area, so definitely moving closer. I have a ton of friends who do day trips down to Jacksonville and just go down. It's a super straight shot. You just go down 75 and get on I-10 and you'll go straight over to Jacksonville. So it's a quick and easy drive.
And my other question with that, so when do like during hurricane season and when bad weather, does it affect Valdosta State at all, or do you have to evacuate? What's your weather policy?
We do not have to evacuate unless it's a super, super bad storm. Our dorms are very equipped for that. When I was a freshman, I think I was a freshman if Irma was in 2016. I know 2 of my years, there were 2 hurricanes 2 years in a row, and the first one was my freshman year. I'm not sure if Hurricane Irma was my first year or my second year, but my first 2 years, we did have some hurricanes, but they are very equipped for you. You can stay in the dorms as long as we have some ample time to evacuate students. We do send out email alerts and text message alerts as well. If you sign up for our emergency services, they will let you know, hey, there's a hurricane supposed to hit. Please make plans accordingly. If you are living in a dorm on campus, they will ask you to fill out information with your RA if you are staying on campus or if you are leaving, so they know who is on campus, who is not on campus, and can have a head count. Our dorms are cinder blocks, and we at least have 2 or 3 dorms. The newer dorms are going to be more of a drywall, but the older ones are going to be that cinder block, very equipped to handle tornadoes, hurricanes, anything like that. And they will move students over into the safer dorms if needed. And so they can bunker down there as well.
Thank you for that.
No problem. Any questions from anybody else?
They are quiet today.
That is fine. I know if I was on this call, I probably wouldn't ask a question, even if I had one. That's just the kind of person I was. But there is my contact information, and the admissions email address is also going to be, I'll type it one more time for everybody. admissions@valdosta.edu, so you can reach out to me directly or just our admissions office in general, and somebody will get back in touch with you. We normally get back in touch within 1 to 2 business days. Oh, a question in the chat. How large are the classes? So our freshman classes are going to be just a little bit bigger, and they are between 23 and 27 students in the classroom. Now, with some of those freshman classes, like everybody usually takes a science with a lab. So one of the more popular ones is going to be biology 1107 and biology 1108, those types of classes. Those are going to be in a bigger lecture hall where there'll be about 90 to 100 students. But when you break off into your lab, so your lecture class will be in that big lecture hall. So you'll be there 2 days a week. And then 1 day a week, you will go to a lab course. Those labs are going to be smaller, between 20, 23 students. So you still get that one-on-one time with your professor. It's just not going to be during that lecture time. And then once you get up into your major and start focusing solely on what you are studying at BSU, what you're going to get your degree in, the class size drops to 19 to 23 students typically. Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, if there aren't any other questions, I guess we will wrap up this bus tour for today. We have been to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and made it all the way back to Valdosta, Georgia in less than 2 hours. Wow.
Okay.
Now that's a
Quite the
that's a
visit.
bus tour. Yes. Yes. And we've gotten so much information. Um,
Awesome.
I have recorded the video, the presentations. So I've put in the chat box my website, harvestingscholars.org, if you have any questions, my phone number as well as the link to the YouTube channel so that you're able to go back and access this information to be able to gather some more questions and so that you have Sarah's information to contact her directly. So I hope this has been beneficial to you. Thank you so much for getting on the bus.
Thank you, guys. I hope you have a great night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.